No, no, that is not my type. I'm into nerds.
Really? I'm a nerd.
I think that's his best line ever. Why are there no memes about this? It feels like that should be memed. Okay, we are ready to tackle some of those big interaction plots. Let's do the same thing we just did, but now it is media's turn. Copy, paste. Media is squared and interacting. I didn't put what it interacts with. Okay, stock. So I'm going to start stock at a low level. We're not talking about a graph of payload anymore, so just give it some value in the middle. And this is a plot of media, so I need a sequence that goes from, I don't remember, but I can plot media 0 to 1. Here, sequence 0 to 1, length something big, 1,000 is a lot. And oh, I got an error because I'm not doing payload anymore. I'm doing media. Wow, what is messed up here? It's this Y limits thing. Let's take that off because I don't really know what I want my Y limits to be. It is squared. That's great. Interacts with stock, so I need to copy and paste. This time we're going to change stock to something in the middle. 1200 sounds good. And still media hat, but let's change the color now to be, I guess, blue, because that's kind of matching our pattern. And I can't just run this line, because if I do, it's going to undo what I did before, which means now I have to go all the way back here and redo all these lines, and then redo it. See, because I had to run this line 170 right here, because I needed stock to be a different value in order to get the different line for the interaction. It really drew on top of the same line. Oh my goodness, I've been looking at this. I made the line thinner because maybe the lines are different and the line was so thick it was just drawing it on top of it. No, I finally realized what I did wrong. Here is my first time that I plot, and then here for the second time you need to put lines. And then, yeah, the rest of this should be fine. And this needs to be lines, so that we do extra lines. Okay, yeah, this is how it goes. You hit some silly little thing, you mess everything up. Okay, so there's the red line, and there is the blue line. It is different, and there is the green line. It is also different. I don't know how good your video is so that you can see that there's a difference. It's really subtle. Like, if I try to zoom in, maybe you can see it easier, but they are awful close to each other. And I went through and made the lines thicker so you can see them on the video, but they're so close together they actually overlap. So the blue one you can barely see in between the red and the green. I guess when I write my report, I'm going to say, look, the effect of changing stock is super subtle, but media does have this strong effect. This media stock interaction may have been statistically significant, but practically there's not a whole lot here. Okay, stock interacting with the other two. Now, stock interacts with two different variables. So some people might say you really ought to have a 3D plot. That's more than what this class would expect. So instead, I'm going to do a stock versus media and then a stock versus payload. So since these are stock plots, I need a sequence from 900 to 1500. Now you might say, hold on, we just did the plot with media and stock interaction. Yes, but that was when we were plotting media. Now we want to be plotting stock. So with interaction plots, you got to have both. We need stock down here. That's why it needs a sequence. And media, we're going to start at a low value, which is 0, and plot that. Hang on, I need to change this to be stock. Okay. Do it again, change media to somewhere in the middle, change plot to lines because that bit me last time, and let's go from red to, I guess, blue if we're keeping our pattern the same, and run that. Nice. Media with a high value of 1, and I thought, did I not just run that? Why? Media with a high value of, whoa, man. Okay, so come to find out, my values have jumped like into the 5,000s range. So I gotta come back up to this original plot and put in a much wider range on the Y values. Zoom it way out. Let's try that again. So now both of those look very subtle, and that one looks very high. Now, we noticed when we were looking at the stock by media interaction that that interaction didn't mean much, and we're seeing that here. It's changing media that has a big effect. The stock by media interaction doesn't do much. Media does a lot. Depending, right? So media was low, and then suddenly when media was high, it shot up, which is what we saw with that curve. So stock has an upward effect. It's not a whole lot. If media jumps up, that's when it suddenly matters a whole lot. It'd be really nice to finish this off with this video. So stock interacting with payload. I'm going to give media some middle value, and payload started at a low value. Let's plot that. And there's our line. Do the same thing with a medium payload amount. Again, I had to zoom out to catch that. And then a high payload amount, and again I had to zoom out to get all three of these lines on the picture. My legend's probably going to look yucky because of several problems. Hang on, I think I was missing the C guy right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and yeah, this looks ugly, but if I space it out, it'll look a little bit better, and that's what I'll do before I put it in the report.